And President Trump is set to speak to reporters for the first time in more than a week today. The president has kept a low profile since Joe Biden secured 270 electoral votes on Saturday. He's only appearing in public on Veterans Day at Arlington National Cemetery. And for the latest on the White House in transition, we're joined by ABC News White House correspondent Rachel Scott from Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. That's a rough assignment there, Rachel. And let me ask you, you've covered the Trump White House, now the president-elect. So what should we expect to hear from the president, President Trump? What steps could we see the administration still take before Joe Biden's inauguration? What are the concerns there in Rehoboth?
Yeah, well, President Trump is expected to make some remarks on the vaccine, on the warp speed plan that his administration has been pushing. But Joe Biden is really trying to do all that he can to hit the ground running on day one after he takes the oath of office. So what we saw is he immediately wanted to direct his focus towards the coronavirus pandemic. That is something that he wants to tackle on day one. He said it repeatedly as he was running for president. So he assembled that coronavirus task force. He named his chief of staff, Ron Klain, someone that was the Ebola czar during the Obama administration, worked as his chief of staff while he served as vice president. And he's also put together these agency review teams, 500 plus members that will be tasked with working with the federal agencies, but they don't yet have access to any of that information. And the current White House coronavirus task force is not connected with the president-elect's coronavirus task force. All of this because the president has yet not conceded the election. And it's not just on the pandemic. It's also, as you know, Terry, an issue of national security. Joe Biden, as the president-elect at this point, is not receiving those critical intelligence briefings. And even Republicans have come out and said that he should and needs to receive those.
For the sake of the country. Now, Rachel, the co-chair of President-elect Biden's COVID advisory board, Vivek Murthy, told Good Morning America today that a widespread shutdown is unlikely, but that we could see more precise and targeted shutdowns in hotspots. What are you hearing from the transition team on that?
Yeah, and Vivek Murthy also stressed the importance of testing. He said that is something that he feels like the United States could improve on. He says that there is a gap right now with getting testing to people that really need it, the vulnerable communities in this country, that there is a lack of rapid testing to the most vulnerable communities, to our nursing homes, to those that are being disproportionately affected by this virus. And so the Biden team is stressing that they want to develop this national testing plan at this point. But also today on a call with media, the transition team said that they're kind of lacking this real-time information that they would need to tackle this crisis. And so while they are preparing the steps, while they do have their teams assembled, they're limited in sort of what they can do going forward if they're not getting that critical information from the current administration, Terry.
You know, and Rachel, one of the really shocking failures of this time of the government when so many people are hurting is there's no stimulus package been passed at all by Congress since the summer, really. So President-elect Biden's going to inherit this messy fight. How is he reaching out to Republicans to get any sense that a deal is in the offing if and when he takes office on January the 20th?
Yeah, his chief of staff, Ron Klain, says that he has been in touch with Republicans. They have been talking. But look, the reality here is, how do you work with Republicans as president-elect if they won't acknowledge you as the next president of the United States? And that is the reality that Joe Biden is facing at this point. While Republicans have come out and said he should be receiving those intelligence briefings when it comes to national security, there have really only been a handful of Republicans in the Senate that have even acknowledged him as president-elect, even though we are seeing a lot of world leaders do so, as clearly Democrats have and the rest of the nation has at this point, moving forward with the way this is going. So that is going to be a challenge for Joe Biden. Another thing here, he has a long list of things that he wants to accomplish in office, things that he wants to do on day one. We know he's looking at signing executive orders on so many of those fronts. But the reality here is, too, a lot of what Joe Biden wants to get done is going to hang on the balance of the Senate. And we know we just projected the race there in Georgia. Joe Biden projected to be the winner in Georgia. But the control of the Senate, who maintains majority, is going to likely hang on those two runoff races for Senate in the state of Georgia happening in January. So much of what Joe Biden wants to get done is going to be contingent on the makeup of the Senate.
Absolutely. A long road ahead. Rachel Scott by the sea in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Thanks.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.